welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris and I hope people find their center. In this video, I'm going to share with you about Christ consciousness, Buddha nature, and the law of vibration, law of attraction. And so I grew up in an Italian household as a trans man, and I didn't know I was trans. I had an idea at 4 years old, and I didn't come out till I was 19. During that time, from the time I was born until I was 13 years old, I was forced to go to church every week. I attended Catholic school for a couple years until middle school, and I was forced to go to church every week. And in my adulthood, in my early 20s, I was part of a Christian powerlifting team. I was part of a gay church with my ex-husband, and I've always kind of explored religions and spirituality in general. It's always been of interest to me. One thing that didn't make sense to me as a kid was the conflicting messages of the Bible and God according to Christianity and the modalities that I was shown. Now, this is from my perspective. You have to go within and do what resonates for you. I prefer to go to, when I used to have to go to church, the churches that I found, I liked the ones that were more faith-based. The ones that didn't say, because you don't do X, Y, and Z, because you don't fit into a box, you're going to go burn in hell. I like the ones that preached unconditional love. I like the ones that said that God is within you, God, Goddess, source energy is within all of you, within me, within you, and that we're all connected. And talking about loving your neighbor. Even when you disagree, you could still love them and agree to disagree. You don't have to agree with everyone. And that's really what resonated with me about Christ consciousness, about Buddha nature. Buddha, Krishna, and Christ were all messengers from a similar planet. They're ascended masters coming here to teach about unconditional love, about how we are God, Goddess in the physical, and that we are similar to them. We are the same. We are no different. And we're taught by religion, we're taught by the Matrix to look outside of ourselves. We're taught that because we don't fit into this box, because I'm a trans man, I would be considered like an outcast. I would be considered not fitting into this Christian code. However, the Bible to me and Christ's messages and Christ consciousness was so drastically different, and I think misinterpreted over a long period of time. And if you look at, there's a book called Love Without Conditions by Paul Ferrini, and it talks about Christ consciousness. It talks about the meaning of Christ and Buddha and Krishna, and they all have the same message, which was love without conditions. Love without conditions, and you can have boundaries. It doesn't mean that you should be a doormat and let people walk all over you. That's not the message. The message is all the same. It's no matter if you're gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgendered, non-gendered, queer, that you're still worthy of love. And I see so many people that are disowned from their families, teenagers especially, that are LGBTQ plus, especially in indigenous populations, because they don't fit into Christianity. They don't fit into that box that says you have to have a husband or a wife, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to work a 9-to-5 job, you have to work and be according to this rigid structure. And I can tell you for facts that, like, from my own perspective, that Buddha, Krishna, Jesus had the message of unconditional love. I love you, I'm connected to you. It means treat you how I want to be treated. It means treat you as a human being, even if I don't agree with you. It means that holding space for you sometimes. It means allowing you to be human, and if I don't resonate with you, it doesn't mean like I can love you, but it doesn't mean I'm going to invite you out to dinner and eat at my table, eat from my table. But I can still wish you, love, joy, peace, and abundance from a distance. It means that I want for you what you want for yourself, whatever that means. But I don't need you to adhere to my definitions and my versions of reality. I am God, goddess of my own reality. I am the emperor of my domain. You are the emperor, empress of your domain. And being God or goddess in the flesh doesn't mean that we can control people. It doesn't mean that we get to tell others what to do and force them to adopt our beliefs. It means that we need to be accepting that there are many ways to God, that there are many ways to source, that there are many paths, that there isn't one way. There is no one to a way. So how does this relate to the law of attraction? Christ, Buddha, even Yogananda were master manifestors. I'm a master manifester. They understood that your beliefs create your reality. They understood that the messages of Christ, the messages of God, were about connecting with your inner being, connecting with source energy and your higher self, and things will manifest for you, especially if you're focused on doing your passion for a living. Jesus was all about helping others. Buddha was a prince that renounced his wealth to pursue helping the poor, to pursue helping others. Yogananda walked the path. He brought yoga from the East, India, to the West. That's why we have yoga in this country today, because he took the vow of serving his higher purpose and his mission, which was unconditional love. So they manifested. They were master manifestors, and that's what the cool tricks that, Jesus and Buddha and Yogananda were showing us, is that manifestation is instantaneous. It can be, especially the more that you align. And the way to alignment is through your intentions. Set the intention of unconditional love. Set the intention and be one. Be holistic. You're a holistic being. And that's exactly what the teachings are about. The Tao, the way, any sort of spiritual text will show you the way, which is back to yourself. The number one thing that I didn't like about the Bible from my own perspective was it taught me to look outside of myself. It taught me to look to others for my power instead of looking within. And that's something I started to do more recently. And the messages of bliss, the messages of law of attraction, which is your thoughts and beliefs create your reality. Set your intentions and get out of the way and stop trying to control them. Stop trying to control the outcome. It means raising your vibration and then acting from a place of the allowance instead of your ego. It means going into the flow state. It means going within. So what I learned from Christ consciousness, what I learned from this book, what I learned from my own experience is that the more that I got into alignment and I set the intention to add value to others by putting out messages like this, that telling you that you're worthy, whole, and complete as you are, that you're amazing, that you're worthy of love, that you can be gay, bisexual, transgendered, non-gendered, non-binary, queer, pansexual, autistic, you have ADHD, and that Christ consciousness, Buddha nature says that you're loved and should be loved anyway, but that has to come from within you first. And I have a problem with the system that tries to get anybody to fit into these boxes, that tries to get anybody to fit and not believe that they are worthy because they don't fit into the template that says you have to lack something, that you lack something. So the whole point about law of attraction, law of vibration says the more that you raise your vibration, the more that you'll tune into your own inner Krishna, Buddha, your own ascended master. You're your own guru. No one can do that for you, but you can connect to these ascended masters in your heart space. The second coming of Christ, the second coming of Buddha, the second coming of Christ was predicted and talked about in the book of Revelations in the Bible. And it said that Christ is coming back. I believe that Christ is coming back in our hearts. Christ consciousness is more than just a person. It's a belief. It's in your heart chakra. It's in your ascended heart that we're all connected to, that we're all connected. And the more that you step into your bliss, the more that you step into your joy, do what you're passionate about, do what you love, the more that you step into that in the fourth density, in the fourth dimension, that's when how Christ is coming back. That's how Buddha is coming back, is through unconditional love. 4D is the heart chakra. It's heart space. Unconditional love. And that means for others and for yourself. So you can manifest things even quicker now if you notice that. So, like I said, law of attraction is becoming more of law of vibration. And that's letting go of the old, letting go of lack programming, realizing that you can still be a Christian. You can still be Jewish. You can still be Muslim or whatever religion you prefer, if that's what you like, but recognize that it's just a tool. You're the one with all the power. And Christ consciousness and Zen Buddhist, I got to go to a Zen Buddhist monastery back in 2011 when I had first read the book Love Without Conditions, and I was talking with some of the monks. The Zen Buddhist Monastery, called Blue Cliff Monastery in Pine Bush, New York, is one of the locations run by Thich Nhat Hanh, who's the Zen Buddhist master, and he got to work with Dr. King. And the Zen Buddhists and I, the Buddhists and I were talking, the monks and I, about Christ consciousness, Buddha nature, Krishna kindness, and how it's similar. Christ consciousness is not in a book. It's not in some text. It's in your heart. It's in your heart space. And whenever you're stepping into the frequency of joy and love and peace and sending that to other people, the more that law of attraction, law of vibration says you're going to get more back. And that's what the Ascended Masters knew. The Ascended Masters knew that we are all one. The greatest illusion is separation. The greatest illusion is that because you're not adhering to the system, because you're not fitting into the matrix, that you're diseased, that there's something wrong with you. And I can tell you that is not the case. You belong here. You're amazing. I love you. Source loves you. God, Goddess loves you. You just have to remember that. And so the law of attraction, law of vibration, again, related to Christ consciousness, related to Buddha nature, is that what you think about, your beliefs create your reality. You can, and by doing that, by setting the intention to tune more into your heart chakra, by tuning into more of what you love and cultivating that within first, and letting go of beliefs that no longer serve you, that say you have to be a certain way. For a long time, I was seeing myself as less than because I was born a man in a woman's body, and I saw myself as lack or less than because I would never be this way. But guess what? I've learned to transmute that and transcend that, and my pain had a purpose, and that's to spread messages of love. I love myself, and it taught me that I have a powerhouse of strength within me. It taught me that I have a wheelhouse, I'm a lighthouse of strength for myself and for others, but I'm not here to be your strength. You're here to be your strength, and I'm here to just remind you of that. So set the intention to tune more into what you're passionate about, your heart, what's in your heart. You'll manifest that, your purpose, your life's purpose. You're here for more than just, working a just over broke and then dying. And that's to spread messages of unconditional love. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm going to send you some Reiki, send you some positive chi. Know that you're Buddha, Krishna, Christ in the flesh, of your own reality. You're worthy, whole, and complete. And you're beautiful. You're a rainbow light worker. You're a starseed. You're amazing. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Peace and namaste.